Eldo na rejonie, Hunter na mikrofonie, witam was w kolejnym materiale. A nie, tu już? A, bo z tym egzekutorem? Czekaj, walczyłem z nim? Nie walczyłem? Zeźrij mi go. O! Szybko poszło. Witam was w kolejnym odcinku z gry Vampyr, jak widzicie. Oczywiście dziękuję za oglądanie, dziękuję za wspieranie, mam nadzieję, że seryjka się podoba. Pamiętajcie, że playlistę macie w prawym górnym rogu. Zachęcam do wspierania, bo od piątaka miesięcznie macie bardzo dużo bonusów. Jeżeli chcecie sobie pooglądać jakieś dodatkowe seryjki, no i co? A my kontynuujemy naszą podróż.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Ołowiany pręt zdobyłem. O, William Bishop. O! Używana kosa. Załóż broń dwuręczną i wybierz prawy przycisk myszy, aby użyć jej umiejętności specjalnych. Na przykład kosa może zostać wykorzystana do odparowania ataku, jednak jeśli zostanie użyta w odpowiednim momencie, jednocześnie ogłuszy przeciwnika. Ja to chcę! Tylko jak to założyć? O! Dobra, w tym momencie lecę tylko na tym. Dobra, git.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Dearest friend, you're my last and dearest friend.
O, pieniądze.
William, my arm. I can't feel it.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Dobra, unik. Chodź. O ty kurwa. Jeb. O! Aha! Przecież używałem. Czekaj, użyj się pod L? Nie wiem jak użyć. Nie wiem co to za przycisk jest. O! Dobra, znowu mogę. Niam. A, dobra, pod jedynką mam. To są punkty krwi, dobra. Okej, dobra, bo nie ogarniałem o co chodzi. Tą jedynkę tak chujowo zrobili, czyli pod jedynką mam leczenie. Dobra. Ta czcionka taka trochę myląca jest. Dobra, porozmawiajmy z ziomem. Sean?
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Kołkiem. Ooh,
Remember,
lady.
certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by skull?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
A to jakiś jest ten... Kaznodzieja?
By
By George and the saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
Better. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Tak, czyli sobie muszę przeszukać. Tak, zaraz to sprawdzę, tylko czy na pewno wszystko zebrałem z tej miejscowy? Wygląda na to, że tak. No dobra.
This poor creature can't.
Próbka krwi Williama Bishopa. Tu są rozkazy, które już sprawdziłem. Klucz do kryjówki. Zakrwawiony pamiętnik.
Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Zapraszam. Udaj się na przejażdżkę z doktorem Swansea. Cofaj, mieciu!
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
No, doktorek
Have we
wampirem.
met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
And for that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
No to jest chyba dobry
Seems I have
moment.
little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Mamy miejsce do badania krwi. Mamy kryjóweczkę. Pembroke Hospital.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
O, mam płaszcz dojebany teraz.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea,
Welcome
immediately.
aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
No i teraz jestem... O kurwa, jaki elegant! Ho, ho, ho. Wszystkie panny będą się oglądały. Zabierz mnie do szpitala. Postanowiłem przyjąć pomoc doktora Swansea i podjąć pracę w szpitalu Pembroke. Nie mam wyboru. On wie, co mnie spotkało, wie, czym się stałem, wampirem. Nie mogę w to uwierzyć. Nic mi nie wiadomo na temat tej odizolowanej placówki. Wszyscy będą mnie tu brali za kogoś, kim już nie jestem. Jonathana i Reeda, słynnego chirurga. Muszę ich wszystkich okłamać. Pacjentów, personel. To mój nowy dom, miejsce, w którym będę się ukrywał przed tymi, co chcą mnie dopaść. W którym będę się ukrywał, aż zrozumiem, co się właściwie dzieje. Tu jest sukces, ok.
You can do better than that. It's my turn.
Oho.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the source of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
Wybierz, żeby poznać więcej szczegółów. Jakość krwi, 500 punktów doświadczenia.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place.
To jest
Doc.
imię jak
Follow
gwiazdor
me,
porno,
Mr.
nie?
Cox.
Clay Cox.
Let me assist you to that better place.
Hipnotyzuj. Więcej, by poznać szczegółów kliknij R. Jakość krwi danego mieszkańca wskazuje na to, ile punktów doświadczenia. Wyższa jakość krwi, tym więcej otrzymasz doświadczenia. Napisie krwi ofiary, musisz ją najpierw zahipnotyzować i zabrać w ustalone miejsce. Twój poziom hipnotyzmu musi być co najmniej równy poziomowi odporności mieszkańca. Aby zahipnotyzować, kleja wciśnij Q.
and death.
Wysci, aby wystać krew z kleja lub spacebar, aby puścić go wolność. Postanowi zabić go. Przed wyssaniem jego krew znacząco podniesie liczbę posiadanych przez ciebie punktów umiejętności. Musisz jednak liczyć się z konsekwencjami tego czynu. Poznaj mieszkańców, zbieraj wskazówki, aby zdobyć jak najwięcej doświadczenia. Uwolnijmy go.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Dobra. Za mało expa bym za niego dostał.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go. But no famished hunter can run for long.
Nikt nie pytał. Ale dzięki za info. Nie mogę tu czekać co on, no zobaczmy. Może tu coś będzie? Nie, dobra. To wejdźmy sobie do szpitala. A mogę tutaj chyba, nie? Pod F. Nie, nie mogę. Tutaj nic nie widzę. O! Dobra, szklana fiolka. A, bo taki szpital polowy oni tutaj mają. O, czekaj, pogadajmy. Siema, kto
Good
ty?
evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous
Dr.
Dr.
Tippets.
Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Wybierz, by poznać więcej szczegółów. Jakość krwi 1000, zdrowy. No, trzeba się dowiedzieć o nim trochę więcej. A, filarem jest dr Swansea w tym miejscu. Clay Cox. A, bo to już drugi jest etap. A tutaj Sean A, widzisz. Wybierz, żeby poznać więcej szczegółów. No nie, tutaj potrzebuję większej umiejętności. Badania
Do you need any
lekarskie.
medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
Twoje życie w Londynie. Potrzebuję wskazówki, dobrze.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
Okej, mamy
I'll
nową
go even
wskazówkę.
further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Co sądzisz o dyskrecji?
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Dobrze. Osobiste pytania. Potrzebuję wskazówki i tutaj też potrzebuję wszystko na wskazówkach.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Dobrze, mamy już porozmawiane z ziomem. Jakieś... A, własne moje te znaczniki mi się ustawiły niechcący. Ale nie do końca jeszcze ogarniam kontrolę, to dlatego. Takie rzeczy. Cześć. To
Good
ty?
evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has
Gwyneth.
already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Myślałem, że to będzie wskazówka, ale jednak nie.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
Niewidzialny morderca?
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Wskazóweczka. Pójdziemy, zaraz pogadamy.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Dobra. Osobiste pytania.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Okej.
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine.
Tutaj mamy jedną wskazóweczkę, bo tutaj jeszcze potrzebuję... No, 3 jeszcze potrzebuję, dobra.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if...
Dobra, to mamy już obgadane. To mogę podejść do tego doktorka jeszcze. Czy on tutaj jest? Nie, nie tutaj. Gdzie on jest?
Hurry now, Doctor. It's freezing here.
Postój sobie jeszcze trochę.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the 2nd floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Jenna, mam kilka pytań. A, możemy jeszcze informacje o niej. 3 wskazóweczki ma. O, i jest kolejnym filarem.
I would like to ask a few questions first. What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is Sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Okej.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Dobra, dzięki.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Mamy wszystkie informacje.
Pembroke is still standing after this epidemic.
To jest Gwyneth. Jakaś szklana fioleczka jest. Dorothy Crane. A tu jest jakiś nieznany ziom. Siema. Kto ty?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Dobra.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything. And it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Okej.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Północ w ogrodzie dobra i zła. Nowe śledztwo. Dobra. Osobiste pytania. Nic nie mam tutaj. Tu wszystko przegadane. Dobijmy targu.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Okej, strzelba Miltona, broń dystansowa. Są naboje, fragmenty jakiegoś... Jakiś ten do ulepszania. Pył glinowy. Mam 64. No tylko tyle mogę, chyba że tutaj mogę coś posprzedawać. Ale na ten moment to tyle.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Czyli mamy zadanko. Udaj się do ogrodu na dziedzińcu. A poszedłbym w sumie. Tutaj jest szpital. Ale może jak odzyskam jego portfel, to coś tam będę miał jakiś. Tutaj nic. O. Niewielki worek śmieci, śrubka. Czyli śmietniki też mogę przeszukiwać. Zobaczmy jeszcze raz zadanie. Został zaatakowany przez wiezionego do szpitala pacjenta, musiał się ratować ucieczką przez szpitalny ogród i w którymś momencie wypadł mu portfel. Człowiek, którego zaatakował, musi być naprawdę agresywny, Milton odmawia powrotu do ogrodu, może powinienem przekonać się na własne oczy, co tam się dokładnie dzieje.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find
Oh.
somebody.
Dobrze. I tyś. Dobrze. Czyli tu są mocniejsze potworki. Niecny skal kolejny, nawet 2 są. Leży numer 1. Gry, ale zrobiłem piękną kontrę. I tyś. Kurwa. Ale ich jadę. Na haksach. Dobrze, szukajmy dalej portfela. O! Loftka i nabój. Nie, czekaj. Gdzieś się trochę zapędziłem. To gdzieś tutaj musi być. Zdjęcie uśmiechniętej, zakochanej pary, opisane w odwrocie słowem Milton i Pippa na zawsze razem. O, czyli to on miał portfel. Jego kobieta ma na imię Pippa. Pippa. Przepraszam. Bardzo infantylny humor. Już nie będę. O! Chodź. Dobrze. Tyś. Elo. Porobiony. Nic nie mogę z niego zebrać? Nie mogę. O, tam mogłem sobie wejść na górę. Ale na razie nie chcę. Czy tutaj coś do zebrania jest? Nie ma. To idziemy oddać portfel. O, kolejny nieznany. Siema.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now,
Rakesh Chadana.
I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean? You used to be a doctor?
Lombardzista, czyli kolejne
Was your
przedmioty?
license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Pokaż mi tutaj jakieś
Do you work
informacje.
here alone? Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Okej, wskazówkę mamy na jego temat. Rasz nie lęka się śmierci, odkąd służył jako lekarz polowy.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
O, informacja o Miltonie, że ogarnął robotę.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
No, jest relief.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Okej.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Okej. Dobijmy
Please show
targu.
me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just...
Kodeina, silny środek przeciwbólowy, przeciwkaszlowy, opium. Wraz z wybuchem epidemii coraz dramatyczniejszym brakiem dostępności legalnych leków, Londyńczycy na nowo odkryli uspokajający, uśmierzający ból właściwości opium i enigmatyczna receptura. Ta spisana kartce receptura zdaje się być dość złożona, trzeba ją zbadać. Okej. Thank you. A, bo ja nie w to miejsce wszedłem. Zmięty list. Najdroższe, w końcu zdobyłam brakującą kwotę, której kierowca ambulansu zażądał za twój przejazd do szpitala. O nic się już nie ma, wszystkim się zajęłam. Skoncentruj się na tym, by jak najprędzej odzyskać zdrowie. Podpytałem sąsiadów, powiedział, że pan Hooks jest takim uczciwym oszustem. Co prawda oczekuje pieniędzy w zamian za łóżko szpitalu, ale przynajmniej naprawdę ci je zapewni. Wybacz, że z początku nie chciałam zapłacić, dopiero teraz uświadomiłam sobie, że twój szybki powrót do zdrowia to jedyne, co się liczy. Słyszałam, że poza zachowaniem Miltona Hooksa Pembroke nie da się nic zarzucić. Teraz już wszystko będzie dobrze, obiecuję. Niebawem zobaczę cię w czystym łóżku z wyrażami miłości Nikolae. Nowa tajemnica! Chyba będziemy musieli sobie porozmawiać z panem Miltonem Hooksem, bo nie spodziewałem się, że taki z jego kawał chuja. Biegnij, biegnij. Muszę tu naokoło po prostu obiec wszystko. Pewnie miałem jakieś przejście w środku, ale... Jebać. Where is Milton? Tu jest nieznany, nieznany. O, tu stoi Menda. Jeszcze kurwa zaraz porozmawiamy. Jeszcze kurwa porozmawiamy, gościu. Zobaczymy. Jeśli kurwa śliś.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I found your portal.
I have some good news.
I found your portal.
The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin color that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money.
Dostępna nowa wskazówka. Milton i siostra Hawkins są parą.
Anyway, to remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
40 szylingów.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
Okej.
Goodbye, Milton.
Śledztwo zakończono sukcesem. No i gitara. Dobrze, mamy, słuchajcie, dzisiaj dłuższy materiał. Jak widzicie, no... Chciałem zrobić taki dłuższy, bo trzeba było bardzo, bardzo dużo pogadać z różnymi osobami. I udało się to zrobić całkiem nieźle. Wydaje mi się, że wyszło całkiem nieźle. Tutaj mamy już 2 informacje. I powolutku będziemy rozwijać naszą postać. No tutaj brak śledztw. Dobra. Także mordy, mordeczki, mordunie. Serdeczna rigata za obejrzenie tego materiału. Mam nadzieję, że się podobało. Wszystkie instrukcje oczywiście macie w opisie. No i widzimy się niedługo w kolejnym materiale. Kaca was. Następnego trzymajcie się. Indiu!